I'm gonna help y'all get through this, because I'm gonna give y'all all the information that y'all need to get through this. Hey y'all, and welcome back to a new video. If you've been here before, and if you haven't, I'm MarshaeWalker. And if you like today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because if you don't know, we're gonna keep it real over here. And as you can read by today's title, we are about to get you your CLP and then your CDL as a school bus driver. So I put together some of the questions that you guys have been asking. How do you get your CDLs? Where do I start? What are the requirements? So I'm just dropping all of those things in this video today. And after that, boom, you're gonna have your CDL. So let's get into today's video. Now that everybody is all snuggled up, grab yourself a glass of wine or whatever it is that you do to get yourself wind down and comfortable, because I have all of the questions that you guys have been asking me. How do I obtain my CDLs? Where do I start? Just how to get it done so you can move towards the next step on becoming a bus driver. We just gonna get right into it, okay? First thing that you will want to do is study for your written test before going to the DMV. There are 5 tests that you need to study for, okay? The first test is general knowledge, combination vehicle, air brakes, school bus endorsement, and passenger endorsement. How I prepared myself for these tests, I just did a lot of research, because initially I was going for my class A, which is becoming a semi-driver, an 18-wheeler. I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is. And I just went to a lot of helpful videos on YouTube. I know one of the main accounts that I went to on YouTube was the CDL Self-Preparation Complete Guide. And when I tell y'all, this man literally give you every question that they can possibly throw at you on those tests. Every test, from general knowledge to passenger, okay? The name of the account is going to be on the screen, because you need to go to that account, write down those questions, practice saying those questions out loud with the answer. When he's on these videos, he give you the question, how they will ask it at the DMV with the answer, how they will ask the answer at the DMV, okay? The next thing that they say is kind of helpful, but I didn't really use it because it was just too much thrown together, was the DMV manual sections, which is from section 1 through 6. That might be helpful for some, but it's just a lot of reading and it's no questions. Okay, it just tells you, like, to me, an overview, but it might be helpful for someone else. I don't know. The next thing that I feel like was helpful, really helpful for me, was those practice tests. So when you go on Google, just type in CDL practice tests, and those are going to be the practice questions as well. But like I said, the number one that I will tell you to go to is that CDL Self-Preparation Complete Guide. When I say he give you every question, each video is damn near an hour long, because it's just so many questions that, you know, you never know, depending on what state you're in, what question they might ask. But from my knowledge, every test through every state should be the same for everybody. General knowledge is the longest test. That test is 50 questions, and it's basically just going over the basics of what you need to know when driving those type of vehicles like an 18-wheeler or a school bus, overage, speed limits, mileage, stuff like that. It's, you know, kind of like when you go for your learner's permit for regular drivers, but it's regarding like bridge weight limits and is the clearance enough for you to go under a bridge, things like that. The air brakes when going for a school bus, a lot of companies don't require them because a lot of the school buses are not air brakes. Not all of the school buses are air brakes. It's just like driving your car, you know? So, but it's, you still have to know how to test those brakes as well. And in my head, I cannot know off the top what they call them, but it's like driving your car. School bus, they call it S endorsement and P endorsement. You have to have those in order to drive the school bus and obviously drive passengers around. Me personally, I think air brake, school bus passengers, those are the shortest. You know, with the general knowledge, it's 50 questions and you have to get 40 right. With school bus passenger air brakes, it's probably like 20 questions. You have to get 16 right. Number 2 was write down the questions. Study one test at a time, then take one test at a time. With that, sometimes the company will want you to go in and take all the tests at one time. I do not recommend that at all, because you flooding your brain. Depending on how you learn, if you can go in and take all them tests at one time and be good, do it. Do it. But if you cannot study one test at a time, take one test at a time. Do not flood your brain with information, because you're going to go to the DMV and mix up information. You don't want to mix up information. So that's why I say study one test at a time and take one test at a time. If anything, you would want to study that general knowledge test and get it out the way, because that's the one that's the most headache to me. And that was the one that was the most headache for me. I'm not going to lie. So take your time with those tests, because you want to make sure that you don't have to keep going back to the DMV like I did, because I took quite a few trips to the DMV, because remind you, like I said, I was going for Class A, which you only have to have general knowledge, combination, and air brakes. So when I went in with my CLP for the school bus, they like, oh, you have to get your S&P endorsement. So now you telling me I gotta go take more tests? So I had to study for that. And I was mad, because I'm the type of person, when I take tests, I get nervous, I get anxious, I be pressing the screen, shaking like this. Scared to press it because I'm afraid that I'm going to get the wrong answer, and I just don't like failing. Even though I know we got to fail to get, you know, to success, I just don't like it. So take one test at a time. Study one test at a time. Number 3 was Google Classroom. When I got hired with my school bus company in the state that I live in, which is Wisconsin, even though I had did all those tests at the DMV, but remember, this might not apply to you depending on what state you live in. So let's move forward. After you did all that, you studied for the test, you wrote down all these questions, you took all these tests. What a headache, right? Now you got your CLP. Now you have your permit. Now it's time to pair with your trainer to get your CDL. So now at this point, you are going to go on routes with your trainer. And you get paid as a driver pay when you are with a trainer in the bus. When you are in the classroom doing all these tests, doing all this work, we only got paid $11. $11. Yeah, child. But depending on what state you in, yours might be higher. I hope it is. So now that you got your CLP, you're going to pair with a trainer. They going to go on routes. They going to show you how it's done. They going to show you like the little route sheets. I wish I could show y'all a route sheet. Maybe I'll find like an example of a school bus driver route sheet on Google and then put it on here. So once you do all that, then with the trainer, they are going to go over the pre-trip, what the tester wants to see when you are going for your CDL. So the things that they want to see is a long list, child. Outside pre-trip, which includes all of the lights, signage, mirrors, blinkers underneath the hood, underneath the bus, in the back of the bus, emergency compartment, passenger, window, dash control keys, every little god freaking thing that is on that bus they want you to talk about. Emergency exit windows. Literally, y'all, it's a lot. But when I tell you, with that pre-trip, you probably, once you done and you pass that test and get your CDL, you're going to be like, child, that's probably the easiest test that I ever took. I had to get through all this written test just to get my CDL. When it came, the pre-trip and all that, it just came like this. Excuse me. I think that it took me a week to get down my pre-trip because it was so annoying and it was so repetitive that I wanted it to be over. So I got it within a week. They only gave me 2 weeks to study. They gave me, once I got done getting those school bus and passenger endorsements, they only gave me 2 weeks to get the pre-trip down. But I passed them. So another thing they are going to test you on is student drops. They're going to give you an example of what you need to say, what needs to be said, how it needs to be done. Railroad tracks, backing. Yeah. I know, y'all. It's a lot. It's a lot. I know. It really is a lot. But I want to break down to you guys on how the pre-trip would look. Okay? Then I want to break down to y'all how that student drop will look. Then I want to break down to y'all how it will sound when you coming up to a railroad track. Because, baby, you can't be no school bus just riding past railroad tracks. No. Backing and offside and all that, that's easy. And backing in a 90-degree, y'all can do that. That's why y'all got y'all driver's license. So, I hope that you be patient with yourself. Because in the beginning, you are going to be so frustrated. And you're going to tell them people like, you know what? Please stop talking to me. Because this is too much. You're doing too much. I'm tired of listening to you talking. I don't even want to do this no more. I'm going to tell you I can't tell you how many times when I was with my trainer and I was just telling her like, you know what? Not today. I just had to keep it real. Not today. I don't feel like doing this today. We can do this, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to show y'all how an engine look on an air brake bus. because an engine on an air brake bus look different from an engine that has no air brakes. See what I'm saying? It's more pieces in an air brake bus than a bus that has no air brakes. But it's good to have air brakes if you want to, like I said, go for Class A or whatever they require you to have. I know, it was a lot. It's okay. I'm going to help y'all get through this because I'm going to give y'all all the information that y'all need to get through this. Okay? I hope this video was helpful. I hope that I spoke on the important things that you guys need to know, because I will do this video over and over and over again until y'all get it. I will do it one piece at a time if I have to. Okay? Let's talk about it in the comments. Leave a like. Tell me what you think. Tell me what more you need to know. Tell me what more you need to understand. And I will see y'all in the next video.